imagine life without YouTube.
A lot of 13-year-olds might say that, but for Camry, it's her job.
If you want to see some more of my videos, which are going to be amazing, click that subscribe button right down there.
In 6 weeks, the first video on the Camry Noel channel got more than 1,700,000 views. But she did get a head start. YouTube and monetizing social media is the family business.
I've grown up in YouTube. I've been doing videos and stuff since before I could even read, so I don't know, it's just kind of a lifestyle now and I really enjoy doing it.
You may have noticed the twins are not with us.
Mom of 6, Mindy McKnight, started the channel with cute girls' hairstyles.
Hey guys, it's Brooklyn and Bailey.
And 16-year-old twins Brooklyn and Bailey have their own channel.
Before we go on to that video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking the red button right over here.
It all began with this.
To begin a messy bun, you're gonna start with a ponytail.
In 2009, Mindy posted a video on YouTube to help friends who were trying to recreate the hairstyles she did on her twins.
We were just doing their hair every morning, the normal mom thing, you know, sitting on the counter with their hair out before they go to school. And when they'd go to school, people would ask, how did you do their hair? And people would stop us in the mall and they'd say, can you undo their hair and show us how to do it?
That video picked up steam and they got an email from YouTube asking if they'd like to make money selling ads.
We thought it was spam at first.
I thought it was a phishing scam because at the time, eBay, all these other companies, you were getting emails from them. And they looked authentic and they were requesting information of you. This email from YouTube was saying we need you to fill out an AdSense account, which is banking information. We almost deleted it.
They found out it was legit and made $7 their first month.
When she told me she wanted to put ads on the website, I was embarrassed because these are our friends and family that we're pointing to this. And I didn't want them to feel like, oh, we just want to make money off of you watching our video, our tutorials.
Turns out it was much more than friends and family watching.
I don't even want to think about what would have happened if we would have deleted that email because it really, it was a change of our lives for sure.
Today, this entire 8-person McKnight family is supported by YouTube.
Hey everyone, I'm Mindy from Cute Girls Hairstyles, and today I'm here with Miss Bailey. Hi guys!
They make money through ad sales on YouTube and brand deals to feature products on their social media channels. Even when it seems like they're on vacation, they're working.
We are surfing for the first time today. Wish us luck.
We did a brand deal with Disney where they took us to the Aulani Resort in Hawaii, and that whole entire week was paid for Disney specifically. So yes, in that case, it's more of a work trip though than a vacation because you're there working.
The family generates more than 50 million views per month. 4 years ago, Mindy's husband Sean left what he called his dream job as director of business development at a supplement company in Utah. Despite his 6-figure income, it simply did not make sense for him to keep working outside the home.
I'd been doing it for about 12 to 15 years.
They relocated to McKinney, Texas so he could focus full-time on being president and COO of the family business.
So for us, we did an opportunity cost model. When the opportunities that we were missing because I was working full-time and traveling overseas equaled the amount that I was making at work, that was when we quit. And that happened in September of 2012.
They expanded their website and now make money off of Instagram and Snapchat too.
We monetized Instagram later than YouTube, but I think just because brands didn't know how to work with it for a while. But now that they do, I mean, that also can be lucrative. It's not as lucrative as YouTube, but it's not as long lasting.
It's certainly easier to produce the content for Instagram than it is a YouTube video.
Did you want to be famous?
No. No.
They just saw an opportunity. All told, they have 5 channels and more than 8 million subscribers. That's as many as household names like Calvin Harris and Fifth Harmony. While they won't reveal how much they make, they are supporting a family of 8, and they don't miss Sean's 6-figure income. What are you going to do after you graduate? Are you going to keep doing YouTube videos?
I think we both want to continue our channel and maybe, I don't know, someday maybe we'll create family vlogging channels or whatever, when we're older, if it's still continual. But we both want to still get an education.
Yeah.
You upload a video, you can make earnings on that first video, the first view. YouTube is making more CEOs than any other entity in the history of the world. And we're talking CEOs as in you can have a teenage girl who loves to do makeup, works at Sephora in her spare time in her bedroom, is showing tutorials on how to put makeup on her eyes, who is now generating, $5,000, $6,000 a month. It pays for college, it pays for a car, it pays for an apartment.
The McKnight family of 8 traded traditional work for internet stardom.
It grew a lot more than I expected.
They had no media training, just dad, Sean, with an MBA and mom, Mindy, with a hair tutorial hobby.
Hey guys!
So what makes this catch on and get almost 1.5 million views while other videos don't?
What's our secret sauce?
It's not really a secret sauce other than the things that we wished we had known earlier on. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think our secret sauce is the family aspect of it.
I agree.
But when it comes down to creating the content, it's consistency, quality, meaning it, have something that somebody's interested in, and engagement.
Mindy, Sean, and their 3 oldest girls still produce hair videos for the wildly successful channel Cute Girls Hairstyles. But now they have other channels, product reviews, and family videos.
People tended to come for the hair and stay for the family. So I think there's also like an element of people just being sort of curious about family dynamics, and especially the kids, and I mean that element played into it for our success too.
We're kind of a different family. We've got mixed races, we've got different ages, we've got twins, and we all look the same. It's really crazy. And we're very relatable, I feel like, to a lot of kids that are just growing up in a regular family with lots of siblings.
While they now have a studio in their McKinney home, along with a manager, editors, and stylists as a part of their YouTube empire, they started raw, with no editing or lighting, but people still watched.
I think the common misconception among people when they look at influencers and social media is, oh, I need to have an excellent camera, I need to have great lighting, I need to have the most expensive editing software to make my stuff look really good, and you really
I don't think
don't.
so.
I mean, you can start with the cameras that come on your smartphones are good enough for Instagram, they're good enough for YouTube videos.
I mean, we definitely followed all of YouTube's best practices. YouTube has a guide for people starting new YouTube channels. We had all of those in place for our channels.
They say staying true to their brand is vital. Even the kids won't promote products they don't believe in.
We had a very prominent crafting brand approach them with a very large, above 6 figures, well, just above 6 figures. For 16-year-olds to make a video, it was a lot of money. The product was sent to us, they tried it out with our younger siblings, and it was every mom's nightmare of a mess for a crafting product. And our girls said, no, we can't do this isn't who we are.
More than $100,000. They could have shown this product and made it look like they enjoyed it.
It's a proud moment for a parent,
Sean says, in theory, anyone can have what they have.
If you have a Gmail account, you technically already have a YouTube channel. And if you were to film a video of something you're already doing, or if you have a very entertaining talent, whatever that may be, you could share, you upload a video, you can make earnings on that first video, the first view.
But they caution, web riches don't come easy.
If you think it's not a lot of hard work, you're kidding yourself, because I work way harder now than I ever worked before.
I'd probably spend twice the amount of hours a week. Even that included, I was traveling before. It's a lot different when you're working for yourselves. You're a little bit more, invested in it.
When we went into high school, when we moved to Texas, we immediately talked to our principal about what it was that we did and how much traveling we'd have to do, because we'd miss more school than probably what is normal for a teenager.
Twins Brooklyn and Bailey negotiated one period off of high school each day to work on their weekly YouTube videos, and they're hoping for more leeway next year.
They've had actors go to Hollywood and be in a movie, and there's a policy for that. They have students who are in gymnastics and hoping to be in the Olympics, and they have policies for allowing them to go to do that. But when you tell them that your daughters or personalities on YouTube, they feel like it's just your daughters in your room with their selfie cam doing a video and uploading to YouTube. Doesn't seem like it's that business, but this is the Olympics for our kids. This is Hollywood for our kids.
It's run like a business with the parents as board of directors.
We treat them kind of like an employee. They get paid certain amounts of money for doing certain tasks, and they have to invoice us every month, and then we pay them. And
some money is saved to be split up evenly among the kids, even the younger 3 who don't yet have YouTube channels, because when the rest of the family is filming, well, they need to be behaving.
Rylan talks about starting a channel, and Daxton and Paisley are still little, but they love filming too, so I don't know, it's up to them though.
They even make charitable contributions. The twins dance on and sponsor their high school's drill team.
They just needed sponsors, and they needed brands, and they were going to put logos and stuff on a little poster and their little, I don't know, a tons of stuff, and we were just oh hey, that could be us. Why not? We have a business.
Let's do it.
We can sponsor. Yeah.
And in the meantime, the parents just try to keep them grounded and thankful.
It's really important for us to instill in them just the belief that people that they meet on the street are the reason we get to do what we do. And so it's always an attitude of gratitude, sort of, with when we meet people, or people come up and want to talk to the girls or take pictures with them. It's always yeah, you take pictures with them, say hi, give them a hug, you know, let them know that they're part of you.
They're part of our family.
Yeah, why you get to do what you do.
We're providing them an opportunity at a young age to learn how to run their own business, but this doesn't have to be their career. What we care more about is what they're learning while they're doing it, because the prep that they do for these videos and the negotiations they have with agencies and marketing directors at big Fortune 500 companies, can you get that kind of experience in high school and junior high?
Balancing YouTube and work is really hard. It's definitely different because most people are like just doing a normal job, but this is definitely not normal.
No.
No! No, 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 no.
It's not just his height, 6'8", that makes Ben Sandifer a giant in conservation circles. It's a boundless curiosity about and a crusading spirit for preserving nature. Are you a biologist?
I'm not a biologist.
Not an anthropologist?
Not an anthropologist.
Not an archaeologist?
Not an archaeologist.
None of those gists?
None of those gists at all. But I know some really good ones. I read a lot of old books on history and science, and I have an inquisitive mind, so that's kind of what laid the groundwork for me getting into the Great Trinity Forest and learning more. I will see a rare plant or a plant I don't know anything about or a bird that's chirping in a tree, and I'll take a picture of it.
But the man who may be the best known naturalist in all of Dallas is actually an accountant. Ben Sandifer also has a knack for finding and documenting the outrageous ways the city sometimes fouls its natural treasures. In April, Ben and his ever-present camera caught a spectacle that would almost have been funny if not for its tragic consequences for one of the rarest ecosystems in all of Texas.
No! No, 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 no.
A trio of city employees with heavy equipment tearing up precious blackland prairie at Norbuck Park near White Rock Lake.
Y'all drove up through the prairie. Yeah, well, that's a no-no. Went in right here.
Turns out the driver of a city-owned excavator decided to use one of the last unspoiled remnants of blackland prairie as a toilet, bypassing porta potties, getting the 26-ton excavator stuck in the mud, and then calling for help.
They used the excavator to try to claw and inch their way through the woods using the tree trunks as anchors. In the process, they marred a lot of the tree trunks in this grove of trees. At Norbuck Park, we have one of the last remaining blackland prairie remnants left in North Texas. And it is a very special place with special plants, special habitat, and very special soils that have never been tilled or altered by man.
Dallas Parks and Recreation is putting together a plan now.
This tree lost the top to it.
To do what they can to mediate the damage.
It permanently alters the structure of the soil, which permanently alters the structure of the blackland prairie ecosystem.
Ben's postings on Facebook and his YouTube channel have become a must-watch for the folks at City Hall, forced to explain a series of foul-ups like what's been dubbed the poop in the park.
This, in an urban setting, really drives the point home about the need to have all city departments on the same page with what's going on city properties.
If somebody bulldozes a wetlands pond or cuts down trees or messes up some grassland, you seem to be there. How's that happen?
I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm just in the right place at the right time. So a lot of time I'm down in parklands and out in the wild on my mountain bike, and it's easy just to peel off the beaten path and check out some of these spots. Like a lot of people, I do a lot of mountain biking on weekends and found the trails kind of jam-packed with people, and was looking for other avenues to expand my mountain biking knowledge, and picked the Trinity River levees and rode those and got used to them, and then slowly started picking away at the Great Trinity Forest.
Sandifer's Dallas Trinity Trails blog spot is another outlet for his camera, and a recruiting tool for the network of like-minded naturalists that he's surrounded himself with. And it turns out he has a lot of allies in the city's employ, like biologist Brett Johnson. In this case where this guy keeps finding stuff like tearing up parks and that sort of thing, it could be an adversarial sort of thing, but it's really not. You see him as a partner in all this?
I take it as a partnership because there's only so many of us that are out there from the Parks Department that are looking for these things or have time to look for these things. So when we find out about them, we do try to take action on them as quickly as possible when we find out about them.
Right now, Johnson and Sandifer are working together to preserve the fragile bluff tops along the Syene Overlook Trail. By the way, a great spot to view the Great Trinity Forest. Working together through a nonprofit called Groundworks Dallas, for which Sandifer is a board member.
Groundwork Dallas built this trail and did the mitigation at no cost to the city taxpayer. It has some really rare plant colony species that grow up here. A lot of the plants you can't find in other places in Dallas County or even this part of the state of Texas.
Groundworks Dallas continues to clear invasive cedar trees and to fill in the old trails with the cuttings.
This will not only keep erosion from occurring, but it'll also keep illegal vehicle activity off the bluff top.
Four-wheelers come rolling.
Four-wheelers, ATVs, dirt bike motorcycles.
You've been called the protector of the Great Trinity Forest, nature cop.
That moniker doesn't fit, but I think that I'm conservation-minded and a person that looks at nature in a way that a lot of other people do. And I have the ability to go down to a lot of these places and experience them and want to see them protected and shared. Piece by piece, little by little, you start losing a lot of the essence of what makes this park special.
Ben Sandifer, accountant by trade, naturalist at heart, has acquired a lot of skills.
This is where we do our water testing.
Testing once a month for 3 years now at Big Spring, the first ever Dallas Natural Historic Landmark, a designation usually reserved for buildings and parks. Big Spring, one of the last of its kind artesian springs not encased in concrete or paved over. Ben Sandifer pulled together the team that researched its history and studied the ecology, finally convinced the City Council in April 2016 on a unanimous vote to seal the deal with the landmark designation.
I got involved at Big Spring in 2013 with Ben Sandifer as our Pied Piper.
Master naturalist Richard Grayson heads up the Texas Stream team, finding the water here so clean it's safe to drink, at least at its source.
Where it is safe to drink is with a very carefully collected sample.
Right. But Big Spring, as rare as it is just a small part of a much bigger story in the Great Trinity Forest that surrounds it.
The Big Spring is 15 acres in size, but there's 7,000 acres beyond this. You have a deep archaeological record that stretches back many thousands of years. John Neely Bryan lived here around the time of the Civil War.
The founder of Dallas.
The founder of Dallas. If you've been to the Old Red Courthouse or driven down Elm, Main, or Commerce Street, you've seen an old cabin that sits on the county square. A cabin very similar to that was right in this area. This is what Dallas looked like before there was a Dallas. Then you have an enormous flora and fauna that are here at this site that you really don't find anywhere else in parts of this part of North Texas. So we have over 300 plant species that grow here, and we're able to rescue a lot of milkweed plants. Now, milkweed are the host plant species for the monarch butterfly.
And they're saving plant species that were here thousands of years ago.
Correct.
And are disappearing.
And are disappearing.
There are Indian sites around Big Spring that date back 3,000 years.
There's a couple of places where there are bison kill sites where large amounts of bisons and deer have been killed, and I refer to that as Dallas' oldest barbecue joint. Unwritten human history here that hopefully one day Big Spring can tell. What's really cool about Big Spring is some of the archaeological sites, it's a little bit above the floodplain. Stonework and all their old cooking fires and stuff sit in areas that haven't been disturbed by floods. So maybe at some point in the future, we can learn a lot about the archaeology and history of Native Americans that once lived in this area and called it home.
The preservation of Big Spring is truly a team effort, one that started decades ago with Billy Ray Pemberton and his wife Zeta.
I was on the property as a little kid.
Pemberton successfully lobbied City Hall back in the 1980s to get a sewer line routed around it. always remaining caretakers of what Billy Ray calls his place of inspiration.
The only reason that Big Spring has been preserved and the reason that it's still here is because of Billy Ray and Zeta Pemberton preserved it. And I think that we are duty bound as citizens of Dallas to preserve this the way it stands now for future generations.
I hope that it'll always be a place of inspiration, education, and recreation.
The water at Big Spring has been carbon dated. It was last on the surface 6 centuries ago.
Well, if y'all wanted to try some of the water, this is it.
Try some 600-year-old water. I'll try some.
I'll drink some too, Carrie.
Oh, it's still cold.
We've been able to form a coalition of a lot of different nonprofits and a lot of different private citizens with a varying degree of interest and expertise and bring them into the fold to create what is really a world-class asset now for the city of Dallas. This needs to be a public place where people, and especially students and children, can come experience the Great Trinity Forest for the first time and then develop a love affair with it that I have.